All right, take bajillion. Hey everybody, this video is going to be a bit different. Tyler Babin put together kind of a cool recap of the year. Instead of just putting together video clips back to back with music, he actually sat down and kind of told it as a story, which I kind of liked. So I'm going to try to take that same approach with this video. We'll capture and kind of show you what happened throughout the year from January all the way to December and put it together in kind of a cool way. So let's get to it. So the year kicked off wrapping up a few projects from the year before, especially the one with For the City Christmas special. That was kind of the highlight of the Christmas season for me. Otherwise, I went to Eagan Castle in January and shot with some photographers and models, put together kind of a recap video of what goes down at these meetups that used to happen and still do happen, of course, in the Minneapolis area. Otherwise, I went down to the Social Butterfly in Mankato for a week and captured behind-the-scenes content for them that it would eventually turn into a vlog. In that week, Lincoln Drink happened, which is a cool networking event that happens here in the Twin Cities. The second one happened at the beginning of the year, but they happen every 2 months, so we're down to 7 now at this point. During that week, unfortunately, I did fall and sprain my knee, and so I was in the ER and the urgent care with MRIs and scans and a whole bunch of stuff trying to figure out how that happened and what the damage was. Fortunately, it was just a tear, but I would spend a few times in physical therapy with a brace and kind of relearning how to walk a little bit to get that mended and get that my knee able to work again. It is a genetic thing, that's why I have it, unfortunately, so it may and will happen again. It did happen again. We'll get to that in some future month recaps. Not much else happened in January. Jumping to February, I did work with my guys off For the City again. It's kind of a cool freelance project as I was looking for jobs. My main focus during these first few months of 2019 was looking for a job, since I had lost mine in November of 2018, as you may know. So not much happened in February, but I did, like I say, spend some time with the guys at For the City again, capturing some stuff they did with a local sports team, giving them shirts, presenting them with stuff at the game and whatnot. So we'll show you that as well. Otherwise, let's get on to March. In March, I did a really cool thing. Went to the Twin Cities Auto Show, made a vlog about it. It was really kind of a step out of my comfort zone in the sense that I didn't really have much to do content-wise since I was looking for a job, so I decided to make some opportunities for myself. But when I was there, it's of course a public event, and so people are there and you're vlogging in public, which is always kind of a scare. Even to those who do vlogging a lot, they'll tell you that the biggest step is getting over kind of the image thing and kind of the weird looks and whatnot. So that was a really cool exercise for me to kind of boost my self-confidence, and then kind of led to more of this kind of stuff too. So besides the Twin Cities Auto Show, I also went to the Michael Bublé concert, which was really fun. He's one of my musical idols, one of my favorite artists to listen to. So that was a really cool thing, kind of a check off the bucket list, so to speak. In April, I worked with a cool brand called Fastback Ski Wax. We shot a whole bunch of stuff in the day that I was with the company, how to use certain wax, all about the different products they sell, kind of some how to care for your skis, how to take your skis out and care for them at the end of the season as well as the beginning of the season. Otherwise, I went to and filmed the Roofing Insights conference as well, worked with the guys there to kind of show their little course that they put together about how to learn everything and anything about a roofing company, how to start and different things to do, which was a really cool experience. This was a really good freelance month for me as I had a few projects to work on and a few things to do as I was looking for jobs as well. On the job front, I did go down to Iowa for a couple of days and had a total of 3 job interviews, 1 on the phone and 2 in person, to hopefully further my progression in my professional career. Unfortunately, none of those worked out, but we get to the kind of the peak of the job search in a few months in this recap, so let's keep going. The last big thing that I can remember that happened in April was I went to a Team Stats on meet, did another car-related video, filmed some cool cars, talked to some cool people, and then made a YouTube video about it as well. So if you want to check out that video and see more of the stuff I saw, the video will be posted here. In May, one of the things that happened was I headed up to Bemidji State University and was there actually for a job interview for like a media technology style role in their media production department. Kind of that back-end troubleshooter guy that helps with all the students and that helps troubleshoot things as well. So that was really fun. Otherwise, the Social Butterfly vlog that I worked on was finally posted in May. Went to another Lincoln Drink because I haven't in a couple months, as I've said. I also bought my first broken MacBook during this time, which you've seen a video about if you haven't, check it out here. And I took some photos from Memorial Day up at the cabin, which you can see here as well. June contained a lot of cool things. One of the big ones was I started reading for the first time in a while. Picked up, actually, the subtle art of not giving a fuck, because I'd seen a lot of people reading it in my circles. Reading is a big thing, and I should still do more of it, so that could be a goal for 2020. But I picked up that book, read it, was really good book, kind of changed my perspective on a few things and what matters and what doesn't. So that was a really good read. I definitely recommend it if you haven't already read it, go ahead. Otherwise, I had my first Gentleman's Gazette job interview, which was kind of a cool thing because that would later lead to a full-time job, which is really awesome. I also went on a shoot with my friends Darby and Prophet at Urban Aperture. I know we did kind of just a behind-the-scenes look at their photo shoot that they did, which is kind of a fun day to get out in the summer when the weather's nice, kind of explore the city and capture what they're doing. I also went and did 3 weddings in June. Summer is really a good time for weddings, and so we did 3 in June with the company that I work with. And then to round out the month, we did another meetup, and this was at a Veterans Park. A bunch of friends of mine got together in the creative space, and I did make another recap as well. That's kind of been my thing with these meetups, is kind of show what goes on and kind of help spread the word about how cool the community is here. So we did that meetup as well, and here's some clips from that. All right, let's keep going to July. It's another good month. As the year goes on, that'll be a bigger and bigger theme. In July, I went to DC for the 4th of July. My aunt lives there, so we went up there as a family for a few days and got together. It's really fun. Here's some photos and stuff that I captured there too, because of course you bring your camera anywhere as much as you can. Otherwise, another Lincoln drink happen every 2 months, so here's that as well. I went to the Caffeine and Octane event, another car event, and took pictures this time. It's a little hard to take videos at some of these events because there's just a lot of people, and if I had the cars to myself, it'd be different, but I decided to take photos this time. I then also shot my first big major artist at a local festival in Hastings. Mitchell Tenpenny came to town for a little Walmart and Straight Talk collaboration or something that they were doing. So I was able to get a photo pass there, kind of figured out the back end of working with these people in the music industry to kind of get the photo pass. So that was a cool event as well. And then the biggest thing in my professional world happened in July as well, and I started my job with the Gentleman's Gazette, which was really great. Things slowed down a little bit in August, and I actually went to my first wedding as a guest in like forever. Been filming them for the longest time, but I have never really gone to them as a guest. It had been a while actually, so I did that. And then, of course, I was in full swing at work, and so there wasn't a whole lot that happened off the clock this month as I dove headfirst into work. But I did manage to do a cool project at work with one of my coworkers who's a jazz musician, a jazz singer. So we did a concert, and I captured the whole thing for work, so here's some clips from that as well. September started off with my birthday and then another Lincoln Drink event as well. That was always a good time, as I've said before. I also bought another MacBook. This one I haven't actually fixed yet, but I'm in the process of kind of finding a solution for it. It's a little more complicated, but as you know, I did manage to get the first one completely fixed, so that's always good. I did unfortunately tear my knee again in September, blew it out again. In kind of a weird way as well. Just caught it on the stairs or misstep a little bit. It's kind of funny how much of a minor this can cause a big amount of damage. So I had to redo the whole urgent care visit, drain the knee, that whole thing. Fortunately, I had a brace, and so I did get a new one, but didn't have to do that at the healthcare facility. Did it on my own time, my own dime, that kind of thing. Also in September, I did a project at work. It was really cool with Manny's Steakhouse here in Minneapolis. It was fun to get out of the office and do kind of a project that did relate to stuff we like to practice and preach, but just that wasn't the same video over and over again. Another cool thing that happened off the clock in September is I was able to get backstage with Low Key, which is kind of a crazy story. If you want to hear more about that here. But basically, I worked with one of my friends who's a shoe designer, and they got backstage and brought me with to capture the journey, which was really fun. And that's really all the big things that happened in September. October, things weren't as eventful as some other months, but I did manage to shoot another wedding as they kind of are a consistent line of work anywhere you are at this point. And I also hung out with my guy that designed shoes again, and we did a photo shoot, video shoot for his new line of shoes that was coming out, so check out that video here. November was a really good month for my side hustle. As you heard a few months before, I actually started doing concert photography, and in between now and then, I had really dove headfirst into figuring out who I need to contact, who I need to network with, who I need to connect with to make sure I can do this as much as I can off the clock. So this kind of came to a peak in November where I got connected with a local iHeart group that had a few different radio stations and the whole works. So I managed to do 2 concerts in November, 2 concert events, 10 artists total. If you want to hear more about that, I made a video about how I shot 10 artists in one weekend. Check that out here. Otherwise, there's another Lincoln Drink that happened, but that was really the big 2 things that happened in November was the 2 concerts that I shot. December was another good month, both on and off the clock. At work, I did shoot a cool project with a few local thrift stores, vintage stores, and kind of what to do and how to prepare, how to do the vintage store thrift shop thing correctly. Off the clock, I shot 2 concert events again. One with iHeartRadio, Jingle Ball. I shot the pre-party this year. Hopefully next year will be at the big show and shoot some cool artists there as well. Otherwise, I did also shoot another show at the Varsity Theater with Madison Kozak and Morgan Evans. Another cool event, another cool opportunity for me too, because I networked with a couple of people and got a connection that will hopefully result in more concert photography gigs in the future, which is really awesome. Otherwise, rounding out the year with the holidays, and which is really fun, and spend time with family, got some cool stuff for my new apartment that I'm moving out the beginning of this next year in 2020, the weekend of the 18th, hopefully. So that'll be a cool thing to look forward to next year, moving out and kind of being on my own again and doing some different stuff and being closer to the stuff that happens in and around Minneapolis as well. All right, so I hope you liked this video. It was kind of a different approach to kind of the year-long highlight, but rather than just use videos and music, I decided to put a little bit of something together for you here. So I hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to like the video, comment below, subscribe. If you have any cool goals for 2020, let me know in the comments below as well. I hope you run out the year good and set some good up goals for 2020. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a good end of the year and start of the new year. 2020 is going to be awesome. Thanks for watching.